I went for a program in Namibia to speak in a conference in Namibia. That's about 4 months ago. And while I was there, I spoke about Africa the way forward. After the speaking and all the rest of it, they were excited. People were happy and the rest of it. And people were asking me questions and the rest. Somebody now got up and the person said, Dr. Utchay, please, sir, I want to tell you something. I was like, okay, what? I thought probably he wanted to like bring some accolades and stuff, but I was very disappointed. He made a statement. He said, if Nigeria sneezes, Africa catches cold. He said, if Nigeria coughs, it's like earthquake. That please, can you go back to Nigeria and mobilize your youths for them to know that the rising of Africa is tied to the Nigerian youths? Please, I know this is the collective thinking of everybody here. When you feel saying that people stood up and they were clapping, I felt ashamed because Nigeria is the only place where we go to build other people's country, but our own, we forget about it. We don't do anything about our country. But now we are saying, no, we are taking our destiny through the PVC. So the Nigerian Youth Side movement is a movement whereby we have invited, right now, sir, we have invited all the presidential candidates to come and listen to the young people on what the young people want from them. You cannot come to our house to tell us what you want to do for us without finding out what we want from you. So we have invited them in Abuja on October 1st for them to come sit down, listen to us. At the end of the day, they can make remarks, answer 1 or 2 questions, and carry the young people along. So this particular project is a project that we are not just doing for once and one-off and all. We are continuing it because one other thing we do in Nigeria is that after every election cycle, everybody goes back to their room. No, we don't hold leaders accountable. So we have made up our mind to hold our leaders accountable.
For like decades, even in primary school, we're the future of Nigeria. And it's running like right before us and it's going past. So right now we are tired. We really want Nigeria to be properly structured. And it cannot happen without us, the youth. We have to be involved. And the high time, we stand up and take what rightfully belongs to us, the better for Nigeria. The main reason for 1st of October is because we want to air what we want, because it's high time that the leaders, tell us, okay, we're going to do this for you people, we're going to do this. Then we sit down, watching, and these things are not being done. 4 years passes by, they don't do something. We want to, hold them accountable to their words.
So I'm glad to be here, part of this entourage that have come to meet you, Daddy, and it's a great pleasure. Even before I ever came to Nigeria, your name rang a bell as one of the few reputable leaders we have in the continent of Africa, and it's a pleasure to meet you today. We look forward to having you that day so you can share some of the ways that Nigerian youth can be liberated, and just furtherly advise, like all of them have said.
The government and our fathers, they're owing us a lot, and which is affecting us today. I am in the range of 28 to 30, and when I look at my life, everything, I've done it by myself. I don't have any support of government. I don't have any support of parents in a way, because of the society and because of the way the government has created the environment for it. It's so difficult for us to move in life. And when I heard it, I was so excited. And I said, sir, I want to be part of it. I am very encouraged.
This is coming together of young people, minded people to tell some of our leaders who are not doing well that enough is enough. We want to have a country where we can comfortably do what we like to do, because young people are so talented, but here it's like our vision, our dream that has been cut short.
Nigerian Youths Decide. It's basically a pressure group that we want to use to communicate our agenda. Over the years, through our lecture too, we've been trying to communicate what we want from the government. Of course, they never listened, but now I think it's a national thing. It's a national movement, and we are passionate about it. We're excited about it. We're presenting an agenda. The agenda is, what do you want to do for the youth in terms of security, unemployment, education? Our youths are messed up. A lot of them have gone into crime, all this so-called 419. This is because youth are not being taken care of. So we are presenting an agenda to you, sir. Basically, that's why we're here, and we hope to get your advice and elderly input, sir.
The passion that you have all exhibited, it's music in my ears, because I've had the privilege of living in a Nigeria that, as a young man, we were very proud of. Then Nigeria gave the young people hope that we would be where South Korea, Malaysia are now. There is no reason why Nigeria should not have been.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I think the second factor that has been responsible, I've said this many times, is the structure of governance we have. The structure of governance we have. In those early 60s, Nigeria was doing well, partly because Nigeria was a true federation. A federation that began with 3 regions and then 4 regions. But regions that were in competition with one another. Healthy competition. We had of the groundnut pyramids in the north, and hides and skin that produced the leather that was being marketed abroad as Moroccan leather. And in the West, cocoa, production of cocoa was thriving. The West was making money, and Awolowo wisely utilized the money. Awolowo, can you imagine? The Western region had a television before a number of European countries. And in the East, palm produce and agriculture gave the eastern region of Nigeria one of the highest economic growth rates in the world at the time. And in the Midwest, that came later, rubber and timber, particularly rubber plantations, were doing so well that Michelin, the great manufacturers of tires and so on, were encouraged to come and establish a factory in Nigeria. But today the factory is no longer there. Dunlop factory, I don't know how it's doing. I believe, and I have said so many times, that Nigeria should, the present structure of governance we have is not serving us well. We have 36 largely non-viable states. They cannot survive without the handouts from Abuja. So we now have a society in Nigeria, which I think one of the presidential candidates has correctly described as a consumption-based society, not a production-based society.